A student has a 10 centimeters cube sample of this much of methanoic acid solution. Students asked to dilute the methanoic acid to a concentration of that by adding to water. Which one of water should be added? They really like asking this type of questions. So first thing we're going to do is let's look at what's changed. Going from a sample of this, concentration of that to that. So if we do 2.0 times by 10 to the power minus 4, if we do 1.0 times by 10 to the power minus 2 divided by 2.0 times by 10 to the power minus 4, we can see that we've times by 50 factor. So if we times 10 centimeters cubed by 50, we get 500 centimeters cubed. So surely we add 500 centimeters cubed? No, because the original is 10 centimeters cubed. So how do we go from 10 centimeters cubed to 500 centimeters cubed? We have to add 490 centimeters cubed. Which molecule does not have a permanent dipole? It's going to be the completely symmetrical. Which is a major product reaction between 2-methyl-butyrene and iodine monochloride? 2-methyl-butyrene, methane, ethane, butane, but what's going to happen is that, it's going to be C. Be the second carbon methyl group and the Cl. Which statement is not correct about industrial preparation of ethanol by hydration of ethene at 200 degrees Celsius? Reaction catalyzed by an acid, that is true. Higher the pressure, the higher the equilibrium yield of ethanol. Higher the pressure, so we increase the pressure, shift to the side with fewer moles of gas. If we increase the pressure, it's going to shift to the side with fewer moles of gas to decrease the pressure, so it will increase the equilibrium yield of ethanol. Higher the temperature, higher the equilibrium yield of ethanol. Forward reaction is exothermic, so if we increase the temperature, we want to shift in the opposite direction, endothermic, so we're going to have lower equilibrium yield of ethanol, so that is not true, not higher equilibrium yield of ethanol. Which compound has the highest boiling point? We just need to look, usually 9 times out of 10 when it asks you for highest boiling point, we just need to look for hydrogen bonds, and in this case it's butanol, the OH. Which statement is correct about fractional distillation of crude oil? A zeolite catalyst is used. Each fraction contains a mixture of carbons. Each fraction contains a mixture of hydrocarbons. That is true. Fractional distillation, we do not use zeolite catalysts. They're not formed by breaking covalent bonds. And it's actually the coolest at the top, it's the hottest at the bottom. There we go. How many structural isomers of unbounded carbon chain have molecular formula of that? You just have to draw out all the structures and you should get 6. I really don't like these type of questions as well. 16, which letter represents the mean energy of the molecules. Well, if we label this Maxwell-Boltzmann curve, that's number of particles, and that is energy. So if we're trying to find the mean energy of the molecules, energy, well, it's got to be, it can't be A or B because that's for particles, it has to be either C or D. And C is the mean energy. No, C, that's the most probable energy. So the answer is D, that's the mean energy. The mean energy is just a bit right to the probable energy. Ethanol made from glucose fermentation, what percentage yield? Percentage actual yield of theoretical yield, and we know 268 grams were made from this much. So we're going to have to find the moles of glucose in grams, mass in grams, over the MR. 1440 divided by 180. That's 8. So it's a nice number. And what we have to do now is we need to now times moles is mass over MR. Mass is moles. And we need to do ethanol 8 times by 46.0. But is ethanol? No, ethanol is a 1 to 2 molar ratio. So we need to times that mole by 2 firstly. So we get 16 moles of ethanol. And then we do 16 times by 46.0. and that will give me a theoretical yield, mass in grams 736, actual yield over theoretical yield times by 100, 268 over 736 times by 100, 36.4%. There we go. Which species could act as a nucleophile? Nucleophile, electron pair donor, not acceptor. Not acceptor. That's electrophile. Well, that is BH3. No, that's not going to act as a nucleophile. NH4 plus. No. The reason being is if you look at boron, that's in group 3. And it's bonded to 3 hydrogens. So it's got no electron. No, got electron pairs, lone pair of electrons. NH4 plus, you just form NH3. It can't act as a nucleophile. A pH3, you have phosphorus, hydrogen, but phosphorus is in group 5, so it does have a lone pair of electrons, therefore it can donate it, can act as a nucleophile. And silicon, SiH4, silicon is in group 4, attached to 4 hydrogens. It can't act as a nucleophile, no lone pair of electrons. Which statement is correct about polychloroethene? As empirical formula that it decolorizes bromine water, its brittleness is reduced by plasticizers. That is absolutely true. It does not decolorize bromine water. That is not the empirical formula, and it does not contain the alternate single and double bonds. Its brittleness is reduced by plasticizers. Remember, enthalpy of formation, we use formation data, tells us is enthalpy of products minus enthalpy of reactants. So enthalpy of products, clearly see we're producing this. Well, actually, let's construct the equation. Enthalpy of formation of this, we've got C4H6. Now 4 carbons plus 3 H2s. Yeah, so it's going to be enthalpy of products, so minus 246 minus enthalpy of reactants. Well, it's going to be 4 times by minus 394. I'll just say minus 394 plus minus 394 plus minus 394 plus minus 394 plus minus 286 plus minus 286 plus minus 286. Let me do it again. So we've got enthalpy of products minus reactants. Yeah, products minus reactants, and products enthalpy of reactants. Well, we've got 4 times by minus 394 plus 3 times by minus 286 minus 2434. Or is it reactants minus products? I think it is reactants minus products. Let's check. Yeah, it's products minus reactants. going to be plus 112. It's going to be minus 2434. It's a bit confusing. I don't know, the answer is A, plus 112. Gas cylinder contains this much of propane. How many propane molecules? So we have to find out the moles. Moles in mass in gram. 5,000 of the MR propane. Let's draw that out. Methane, ethane, propane. Methane, ethane, propane. C3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. C3H8. So what's the MR of that? That's going to be 12 times by 3 plus 8. It's going to be 44. And then we're going to times that by Avogadro's constant 6.022 times by 10 to the power 23. .8 times by 10 to the power 25. Which sample of liquid has the greatest volume? Well, density is mass over volume. Volume is mass over density. Need to get this in grams. To get this in grams, you need to divide by thousands. So it's going to be 0.500 divided by 0.63. 0.79365. Same thing with the second one. Density mass over volume. Volume is the mass in grams. 0.650 divided by 0.80. 0.81. 0.8125. Same with this one, but in this case we already got it in mass in grams, so 1.20 divided by 1.33. 0.902, and in this case 0.878. So the answer is C. 1.20 grams of dichloromethane. Density is 1.33 grams centimeters to the power minus 3. So just work out the volumes of each and every single one of them using the classic equation. Density is mass over volume, and rearrange it. Question 23. Which equation represents an initiation step? Well, already initiation step. Initiation. That's propagation. That's propagation. That's propagation. That's initiation. Because remember, with initiation we go from chlorine free radical UV light from Cl dot plus Cl dot. But in this case, yeah, Cl dot chlorine UV light form 2 Cl dot. So we're going from, something without a free radical and then forming 2 free radicals, or a free radical. In this case, it's D. That is the end of multiple choice questions.